All right, I am live. So, for those of you who are new to the show, I want to say welcome to the About That Water podcast. For those of you who are returning customers, I want to say hold your seats because we have a fun time today and actually tonight as we go through a lot of the fun things about learning the 6 ways to get that job without experience. We all been through it. So, all right, just hold tight here and I'll see you guys in about 2 minutes. Hold tight. All right, everybody. So, for those of you who just joined, I want to say welcome. For those of you who have been here for a while, I want to say go ahead on and like and since you're already subscribers, I want you to go ahead and like this show because again, this helps me get noticed and it also helps the show broaden its spectrum and actually allow more people to kind of see me. So, for those of you who know, about that wallet is about helping you build strong financial behaviors, and that is what I'm here to do, along with sharing some of that insight that a lot of us have experienced, some of the things that I haven't experienced, but also I need you to help me help you. So, if you're new to these lives, I actually do a lot ask of you to provide some information just to kind of help the flow of the conversation. And also, when you participate, it actually helps me understand that, hey, you are actually following what's going on. All right. So I must go ahead on and start off with which is what is in the news. So hold tight. Okay, so what is happening in the news right now is that this is coming from Market Watch. I'm gonna go ahead on and see if I can share my screen. I got so many screens up. Move out the way. Okay. So this is coming from Market Watch. I want to show you all because I'm looking at it as just as you are. Let's see, share screen. I wish I kind of had like a separate screen and so forth, but it is what it is. All right. So when it comes to the U.S. job openings, have fell to 11.4 million, but the labor market is still as strong as in decades. Now, understanding that a lot of this stuff here, I'm gonna try to zoom in. All right. So they talking about that the numbers, because a lot of you actually enjoy the stats, is that the U.S. job market dropped to 11.4 million in April from the record 11.9 in the prior month, signaling some softening in what's still the tightest market in decades. Now, this is interesting because a lot of people have been laid off or they switch jobs and they just don't know what to do. And it shows that it quits top 4 million last summer, the first time ever. Part of the pandemic era trend that's become known as the Great Resignation. Now, because of the Great Resignation, this is one of the things that I want to kind of discuss today is like, how do you actually get back into the market when you have no experience? Or even just not get back into the market, but started doing something that you really enjoy, even though you do not have the experience, but you want to go ahead on and take your life to that next level. So, say if you were working at McDonald's, but all of a sudden you want to now get into IT, you want to start getting into doing artwork or murals, so forth. But let's read a little further here. It says higher rates are likely to slow the economy, but as long as most companies are hiring and workers feel secure in their jobs, they're likely to keep spending. And steady consumer spending will keep the economy out of recession. Now, I don't know about you all, but remember last week we talked about um, cutting back on those different ways of spending and the different ways that we actually kind of tighten up our budgets. What are we actually looking for when we are um, willing to cut and leave off of our budget? Because this is one of the things that a lot of people are looking into is that we are not taking. Well, I'm gonna start saying we. I'm gonna just say you, because it sounds a little bit more personal, and I'm talking to myself when I say you, the general you, not you yourself. But when you go out and understand how the economy is working and that not everybody has the same opportunities as you do, this actually opens up your mind to understand that, hey, we got to take things to a whole nother level. You have to really start digging in and start digging deep into what do you have to offer the world? What do you have to offer to, you know, I guess you could say to better the economy versus what you're doing right now? I mean, obviously, right now you listen to a random guy on the internet, which is me. I might not be too random for a lot of people, but it is what it is. Um, so, and I also greatly appreciate you. I don't care how many people are on this live right now, but I just want to say that truly thank you all for being here with me tonight. As we go ahead on and dive into all of the different segments of what is it that we're doing to kind of set ourselves up to help those who don't have experience with a job and they're actually looking for a job. I wonder if you guys can see me a little better in a better light, but I'm gonna try to brighten this up a bit. So, one of the 6 ways. Let's go. Let's start with number one. Number one, focus on what you do have. So, I'll take myself for an example. Like, I love learning new things. I love taking things apart. I love putting them together. And if I were to look for a new job, let's say without experience. So say if I want to learn how to do um what is it I would like to do? All right, perfect. I would like to start selling houses. How about that? I would like to start being a real estate agent. Perfect example. I have no clue on how to sell a house, but I've talked to so many people that um have bought and sold homes. I've read so many books on about that process. And I want to say thank you all. Hey Jonah. Hey Carla. Hey Kristen. I actually got your name right this time. I see you got your drinks. All right. Um, So let's go back to, what do I do have? Now, one of the things that I do have is the understanding of what I can do with a book. I know I can read a book. I can go out and start reading everything, start reading the details. How do I go from not knowing anything to knowing something? And that's one of the things that I know I do have. I do have about $5 that I can go to the grocery store, or I can go to the thrift store, or I have my cell phone sitting right here. I have access to so many things that could feed me that information. What is it that you have that could help you navigate to learn something new, to get the job that you want? So that's number one. Number two is create some experience. Again, this is little old Anthony. I wish I had, yeah, I'm gonna use this. So this is little old Anthony. It's me. Uh Looking to go get a job to start buying and selling homes. So this is little me trying to learn how to buy a house. Now, the thing about it that I just talked about what I could do. I could use some books. I could start using my cell phone and learning some things. So that's what I can do. Now, creating the experience, that is what is the next step that I will have to do. So this is another way to proven examples to get you a job without experience. Get some experience. Now, how do you get some experiences? Everybody keep wondering, like, well, you can get this job if you have like 20 years experience, but you just started out. Really? So one of the things that you want to do is take a moment to, one, go ahead on after you've done your research, now start looking into what do you have to do to get some experience. The first thing as a real estate agent would be to say, hey, I can go ahead on and cut grass in a neighborhood that's around me. Now, you might be one of those people that say, I hate physical labor. So the next step that you can do, let's let's go ahead on and say, I can go ahead on and start cleaning, start applying for like cleaning businesses and start cleaning up, different houses. The reason why I say these are the things where you get some experience is that you want to be in the proximity of where things are happening. If you do not have the experience, you need to be in the proximity. And being in that proximity to help build yourself with that experience, you are giving yourself the ability to say, I can do this. Learn from the ground up. And sometimes you got to work your way in to the middle of where you really need to be. So it's okay to start at the lowest level, or um, just to make it happen. I believe there are so many different, I can't think of an artist, but I believe there was one artist that was actually cleaning up in studios because they wanted to be a musician. So in order to get free studio time, they actually went on and started cleaning out studios. And by cleaning out those studios, the person was like, all right, let's go ahead on and give this person a shot. They can use the room whenever, and that's fine. Now, okay, so Dr. Green, you said, great book recommendation. We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rogers. Thank you. I will definitely look that up and add that into the show notes. Thank you, Dr. Green. So, understanding what you need to do to kind of get some of that experience, you need to start looking into some other ways. Now, the next step, which is don't be afraid to start from scratch. A lot of you, I've talked to so many people, are afraid to start from scratch. Um, Everybody always say, well, you only want to deal with this particular job because I know how it works. You're not going to get anywhere if you do not take the chance to learn from scratch. More than likely, more often than not, you're going to miss out on opportunities because you are afraid to take that jump. You are afraid to insert yourself in a situation that is different than what you're comfortable with. That alone will put you further back behind on where you need to be. What you need to start, well, I don't say need to start. What I would highly suggest and what I've seen to be proven is when you take time out to go ahead on and take that leap of faith, go ahead on and try it out and say, hey, I don't know everything, but I will come back with answers. I will try this out and I will learn how to build it from scratch to then take this to a whole nother level. Building that experience is one of the most important things that you can ever do to try to get a job doing what you really want to do so that you can really enjoy doing what you want to do. This is the whole purpose of getting it. Well, not the whole purpose, but your purpose in life is to kind of do what you love doing. And if you're not doing what you love doing, why are you doing it in the first place? It could be multiple reasons. We all have them. I work where I work at because I really enjoy the opportunities that I get to have, not so much the income at this point, but because I really love what I'm doing. Now, could I go ahead on and work at McDonald's and be fine? Maybe, but I don't like the work. So, I do not like that work. So I choose not to do that job. And I don't mind learning that skill set. I never worked at a fast food restaurant, but is that a skill set that I'm willing to check out? No, not at all. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I received the book title. There we go. Thank you, Landy, for sharing that out. Yes, Prince Clean the Studios. And I totally forgot about that. I've heard it, but I couldn't remember who it was. That is really a good segue on that. Now, when it comes to starting from scratch, now number 4, which is build your niche network. I call it building your niche network is because, like I said, I'm starting back with little me looking to do real estate. And for some reason, I don't know anybody in this particular arena. I don't know where to start or so forth. So I picked up a book and I pick up the book. I pick up this book because this was one of the first books I wanted to learn how to start investing in properties, right? And this is by Bigger Pockets. This is called The Book on Rental Property Investing. And this is by Brandon Turner. I read this book front to back twice already. Awesome book. But as I was learning, I also started interviewing people who are doing it already. So because I started interviewing people and I started listening to the keywords that they were saying, I started picking up on the language. They were just giving me so much information, so much knowledge that, now I could actually work with them and help them on areas that they are lacking in and taking a leap of faith and going back to number 3, which is don't be afraid to start from scratch. I'll be starting from scratch, which is building out the processes that they are lacking in, thus solving a problem for them, thus allowing me to create the experience, which is then focused on the things that I do have. So you see where I'm going at with this? So getting and started building that niche market, that niche network. And networking, I mean like a personal network. It doesn't mean like a tit for tat type deal. It's part of building a relationship within the environment that you want to have. So you need to go out and make sure that you're getting around the people that are doing that what you're doing based on some of the things that you tried already because you weren't afraid to go out there and do it yourself. And having that niche network really helps out as you go through some of this stuff. So let's see. Number 5. All right. We're getting there, folks. Getting there. Number 5, which is utilize your network. I cannot tell you how many times I try to tell people, hey, I am here to help you. If you are willing, if you're not willing to ask me to say, hey, I really want to do this, or I'm interested in this particular thing, and I have a full podcast here. I've met so many people. I've interviewed so many people from reselling, from um, just basic retirement, understanding how retirement works. I've interviewed people on taxes. I had two tax professionals on here. Actually, no, three tax professionals, and this is their day to day job. They run taxes. I had three people on this show talking about taxes. So if you want to learn taxes, I have a tax coach that I can easily tap you into. I did real estate. I said at least about 4 or 5 people for real estate on this show to help you understand from how to get your FHA loan, how to, if you're a veteran, how to get a VA loan, how to utilize and maximize your VA loan to buy other properties or even buy up the neighborhood. I mean, just think about it. Since you're in the comments right now, so those of you who are listening, how are you utilizing your network to kind of help, I guess you could say, help you get to where you are today? How did you utilize your network? I want you to think about that and actually share with the people that are listening right now, because we have about, let's see, we have 6 people on YouTube and 1 person on Twitch. So please go ahead on and share those ideas, because though you might think that it's a small thing, someone else could actually utilize that information. All right. I kind of wish I had a drum roll, but I don't. So, because I don't have a drum roll, I'm gonna use an air horn. This is what I got. I know it's horrible with it, but number 6 is do the work yourself. Now, I know mentioned like, hey, you can go ahead on and meet all these other people. You can talk about how we all are using different things, but in the age of information right now that we're in, you can easily go to you can easily go to um, the internet. You can go to YouTube. You can figure this stuff out yourself. And that is one of the things that I've done, especially with this podcast. I didn't know anybody. I had the experience that I understood that I could read and I could, I could do a little bit of stuff, and I focus on what I have and what I could do. So I have my cell phone when I started. I had, yeah, that's all I had was my cell phone when I started. And I utilized just basically testing other people what they thought about the name of the show, what I should call it. And then I started reaching out and using Liza in my network. Thank you, Dr. Green. And she tapped me into one of her connections, and I had my first doctor on the show. It wasn't Dr. Green, but it was one of her people in her network that were willing to share their story onto my show. And that really is what pretty much helped me understand on how I could start having guests on the show. And once I understood, okay, cool, I can have a guest on the show directly from the phone. All right, I noticed that I was having some issues here. Let me try something else. Let me start trying out Zoom. So I tried Zoom. Zoom worked out great, so I still use it to today. But before I was using the app on my phone, which is Anchor. I used the app heavily until they started overlapping, and I didn't like that. And once I started doing that, I started using Zoom. Then I still use it to today. And now I'm actually doing live shows. So, and this is over a 3 year, 2 year process. So I'm still learning, still growing. So as you see, I just upgraded my mic for those of you who can hear me clearly now. And these are the things that I'm trying to push myself to the next level, because again, if you cannot find people if your network is failing you, if you're not able to do anything within yourself, and you just seem like you're lost, you're not lost. There are a lot of ways to make things happen. there is um, many things that you can look into for yourself to start doing the work yourself. Go ahead on. Start taking the time out to understand what is happening in your life. And I want you to make sure that you are taking a moment to really appreciate where you've come and how you're utilizing your team and your network and so forth. So, again, I'm going to just do a quick summary of all six of them because I see some people are joining in. Number one, which is focus on what you have. Again, these are the things. What is at your exposure? What is in arm's reach? Who can I talk to right now? Who is available for you when you need them? What can you do to utilize and take what you currently have and build upon that? You need to start somewhere. So why not start with what you have? It's that simple. Number two, create some experience. Again, utilize what you have. Now start bringing those ideas together, taking yourself to that next level. Start experiencing the things that you really want to experience. Again, remember, I said this was me being a real estate agent. I want to learn how to buy and sell houses. All right, cool. So I started building some experience. I started talking to people, started interviewing other people. Don't be afraid to start from scratch. This is going back to, hey, I don't know anything. You gotta try this out. And again, you gotta do the same thing inside the job market. You got to just take that leap. You'd be surprised on what you can learn by trying out something that's a little different than what you're comfortable with, and really stretching your mindset. Start stretching your ability to take yourself to that next level. You'd be so surprised on your new boo. I think I said that right. Anyway, build your niche network. Understanding like, hey, you want to start being around the people that are doing the things that you really want to do, or taking yourself to that next level. Start thinking about who are the people that are doing the things that you want to do so you can eventually do the same thing that they are doing, if that makes sense. Number five, utilize your network. I utilize the network as much as possible. I got my first technical job by utilizing my network. I actually just asked somebody like, hey, can I get in the Geek Squad too? And it was like, sure, go on and apply. They applied, put their referral in, boom, I was hired. Use your network. And then again, I use my network for the podcast. Plain and simple. My very first guest was because of somebody that I already knew. They came onto the show. And number six, which is do the work yourself. Either AKA start your own business, and just have a wonderful time. So that was a lot, people. But let me go ahead on and do my closing, because this part I'm gonna try to get this in for the actual episode. Trying to keep it to like 15 to 20 minutes when I start putting these out onto the thing. So if you listen this long and this far, I just want to say that it's been a fun ride. I'm not closing down shop yet. I know I just got the new mic. I'm actually prepping for season 3. So I am going to take a break, about a 3-week break. And what you can expect on that 3-week break is that I'm taking the lives and uploading those to the website. I'm working on my flow code so I can start sending out emails. If you have a moment, I guess go ahead on and start subscribing to the show, because what I want to start doing is start sending out emails so that when I go live, or if I have a special guest, or if um, there's something that's cool that's coming through, I want to make sure I get to you guys first before we come on these lives or when I post on Instagram. And it's a lot of posting and everything like that, but sometimes I can't get to those. And I would rather for you have the information, the resources that you need, so that we all on the same page and we can grow together. And then let's see what else I'm planning on doing. I'm planning, yeah, that's in the basement. So if y'all heard that noise, it's kind of embarrassing. But anyway, I have, let's see what else I got going on. I'm also applying for my PhD, people. Woo. Hopefully, where my applause at? I don't have the applause. For those of you who know, I am going through that PhD process, and it's going to take a lot of energy and time to do that. So that's what I'll be doing in the next 3 weeks, trying to get that out the way. All right, so that's a summary. So it could be called Dr. Weaver, or like Dr. Green. So we're gonna run in the family. Dr. Green has inspired me to go down and get my doctorates. Even though I think I should have just joined her when she did hers, but it's okay though. I'm getting there. Yes, it is a 3-year program. For those of you who don't know, it is a 3-year program for organizational leadership. And being in organizational leadership, because I love doing leadership work, I think it's actually pretty cool to understand, because it goes along with my undergrad is, which is education. And I love to learn. I love the dynamics of people. I love just learning the way people think to actually help you, those of you who are listening to me, and take you to that next level. And leading people is something that I really, really enjoy doing. Um, and I'm more of a servant leader style. And if you don't know your leadership style, I highly recommend this book, which is J.C. Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. I'm sorry for the glare. I think that's a little better. All right. So the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Highly recommend this book. And it would actually teach you the different leadership styles that are out there. And I already know I'm more of a servant leadership because I don't like to learn everything. I just want to make the people be successful. Whew. All right. Y'all ready for drinks? Because I did not bring down my mason jar, but it is what it is. All right, let's go. See what we got. Where we at? So because I'm going out on a light bang, we'll start the first round pretty heavy. But this right here is just the body armor light. I don't even know what's light. Oh, well, I'll just grab my stuff. But anyway, what are you guys drinking out there today? What up, Brother Brown? Brother Darkness. You know what? We got chamomile tea. Okay, everybody going like on the first of the month. We got water. You know, I really love you guys. Nobody's drinking. Hey, Brother Brown, you know it. It's going to be I mean, as you see, this is my post baccalaureate certificate in the background. For those of you who don't see that, it's actually it was pretty tough to get through, but the capstone was fun. You know what, Carlin? Dude, you gotta work on your Audible accent. You want one so bad. Yes, you want to lose your weight. I hope you lose your weight. How many pounds are you trying to lose? Uncle Nearest. Ooh. Wow. All right. Hopefully y'all had a fun time drinking out there. Uncle Nearest. That's gonna put some hair on your chest. 30 pounds. I hope you actually lose those pounds. Lose those pounds. 50 is desirable. Okay. Let's see. So, like I said, this is going to be the last one for 3 weeks. So, if you have any last minute phone calls y'all want to bring up before I start wrapping up for the season, by all means, please give me a call. I actually have a nice, lovely theme music to go around. So, hopefully y'all like this nice little groove that I picked out. So that's nice. So some background music. Take y'all phone calls. Give me a call and we go ahead on and knock that out. But again, help me be famous. Go ahead on and like. Go ahead on and subscribe. Let's see. Wolf Origins. I'm trying to remember your name. Let me remember. I want to say Kyle. I think it's Kyle. Please tell me I'm right. Am I right, Kyle? You gotta help me out here, sir. All right, but anyway, please give me a call. What? I got it right.
Emotional, damn it.
Hit the wrong button. Awesome. I'm glad I got it right. So, please give me a call. I'm more than willing to talk to you, see what your thoughts are. Well, I got my first caller.
Grasshopper, call for extension.
Well, hello.
Hi,
Way, Dr. Green, what up?
it is me.
Yay.
Hold on, let me pause my TV.
Okay. We got Mark in the house.
Okay.
Cool.
I just wanted to call in to say how much I like this show today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it had really good direction and a lot of information, and I liked that it was like focused on the topic, just in my opinion. It's super focused. And you really like explain something.
I want to get better at that, and that was the whole purpose of the show. So now I did enough playing around, and I think it's about time to start taking this show to the next level.
Yeah, the other ones were for practice.
Yes.
Well, this was very enjoyable. I'm excited this is going to be the last one for a while. I thought this was a really good show.
Aww. Well, I'll be taking ideas, so I'll definitely be looking forward to hearing what your thoughts are about that.
My thoughts on what?
On like what topics that I should bring up, or things that if you want to come back on the show, I'm always available.
Oh, I would come back on the show. I thought, not that you invited me, but today would have been a good show for me to be on.
Really? You want to come on? You want me to touch you away?
One of these days.
Okay.
I can come back on. But, I think I connected a lot with this show because just you talking about like not having the experience and starting from scratch and building a network. And I feel like I had to do all of those things to build my practice. Like every single one of those steps. And now I have a full practice, but I had to start from scratch and I had no idea what I was doing. So I really connected with this episode.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be part of your growth and part of your continuous education as you go on and spread wellness to the people, especially when it comes to therapy.
It's hard to hear you today.
Say that again.
It's hard for me to hear you today. Like the phone is lower than it normally.
Yeah, I had walked away. I stepped back further.
Okay.
Yeah. This new mic has a weird range that I'm still getting used to. So in other words, you're saying I should stay on until I get my mic ready for season 3.
It's so hard to do.
Oh, still?
Yeah, it was loud for a second.
Okay, is it better now?
No,
Uh, all right.
it's the same. Usually when I call, it's a lot louder.
Okay. Is it louder now? Or is it okay now?
And that's about the same.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's not the mic. And it seems like
No.
when I have guests on, that is where the issue comes from. That's gonna suck. And you
Okay,
can't.
well,
Can you still hear me
no,
at
I
all?
can't really. Just
No.
wanted to give you the feedback, I guess.
Okay. Well, I heard you loud and clear. So,
Okay.
and I'm sure everybody else heard you loud and clear. It's just that I have no clue what's happening when I have guests on or when people call in and what's happening with the mic. Because this also happened last time.
Oh, it happened the other time too.
Yes, it happened the last time.
Oh.
And they telling me to scream, and I am doing the best. My throat hurts. Yes. So we getting some people can hear me clearly, and some people can't. So I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, well, I guess just something to keep in mind when you come back.
Yes.
Mm,
Let me see something. Can you hear me now? Okay.
I can hear you okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Somebody said it sounds better now. I think I know what I did. I turned off the connection to the laptop audio. So that's probably what it is when people call in. That would make sense then. You can't hear me at all?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Green.
Yeah, no problem. We'll have to catch up soon because I've made some changes to my business and stuff too. So I'm gonna update you one of these days.
Awesome. Maybe we can do a pre-recording and have that set up for season 3, episode 1.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Green.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Thank you so much. You have a good one. See ya.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to watching the show now.
Okay. Bye. All right. So, we got that out the way. We got our first caller in there, and thank you for the upgrade for the mic. Let's go on and do some pod decks because I think it's about our time for the last one for the show. Let's go.
This episode is powered by Pod Decks. Pod decks are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience and have more meaningful conversations, you're going to want to check out Pod decks. Now, if you want to get 10% off your order right now, you can go to poddecks.com and type in coupon code. What's the code? Yes, that's the code. Check out poddecks.com. Take your podcast to the next level.
All right. So, let's see. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. All right. So y'all can hear me clearly. Please give me a yes. You can hear me. Because we want to do the next one is about pod decks. Can anybody hear me? I think I lost some folks. Anybody? Seems like I lost some folks. Okay. Um, let's see. Okay. All right, I got somebody. All right. Um, what could you So when it comes to pod decks, and again, if you're using pod decks or looking to actually get your own deck of pod decks, it is only you get 20% off using the promo code wallet. Make sure you type in a promo code wallet. It's in all caps so you can get your own. So one of the questions that I would like to do, um, and I like this question. I think I've used this before, but I want you to go ahead on and think of what words of encouragement would you share to someone who feels stuck? Now, a lot of us do feel stuck, especially now we have jobs and or we don't have jobs and we actually feel stuck on doing multiple things. We just don't know what to do with our jobs. We just tired of working there. We just tired of waking up to it. And it is really impacting our lives right now. So, what words of encouragement would you share to someone who feels stuck? Now, one of the things that I would do to somebody who feels stuck is really just start writing down the things that you actually want to enjoy. Write down the things that you love doing day to day. What is it if you were this in someone else's shoes? How would you actually handle particular situation? And these are the type of things I will start off with questions more so than trying to give them direct um, things to say. Now, if they already laid out the situation and they have no clue on what to do, I'll just say, all right, you gave me two options. I suggest that you do this option and I'll give them a reason why. So that is one of the things that I do for words of encouragement and to understand like, hey, you have what it takes to take yourself to the next level. You just have to dig deep and actually take action and be consistent. And being consistent is not for everybody. A lot of people actually lose out on that. And I'm one of them. You know, I'm not consistent enough, but I'm consistent where I'm comfortable being consistent to kind of take things to the next level. Now, Carla, she said, take time to self care and try not to overthink. An idle mind is a devil's playground. Do something you enjoy and then revisit it. Clear your mind. That is amazing, Carla. I mean, really, that is like taking things to the mother effing next level. Because one of those things of doing that is clearing your mind could open up so many different avenues or even provide yourself with that new insight that you need. And we all could utilize some of that goodness, of just doing nothing. So again, the question is, I guess I should just write it up here. What words of encouragement would you share to someone who feels stuck? Mark said, help them find the source of their frustration, then help themselves realize a way out. Interesting. That is really interesting. So, if you guys want to join me, because I know it's at the tail end, I like to bring everybody up. If you're free, go ahead on and click the link, copy, paste, or wherever you are. And you can join me live right now. It seems like Facebook can't do it, but it's okay though. And you can actually join me live and we can go ahead on and kind of discuss this a little further. I know I had a caller in, so you can also call in as well. But having these questions is just, a lot of people feel stuck. I mean, we are slowly coming out of a pandemic. I had heard that some people have about 3 to 4 kids. They have a husband who's not at home, and they're a single mom. And they only work in a job, maybe 2 jobs. And they have their children being watched by by the mother, or by, you know, by the grandparent or somebody else, or the auntie or somebody. And they just don't have a way out. And one of the things that I try to do is to encourage them is that not to give up. And obviously, nobody wants to give up on their children, but also don't give up on yourself, because you have what it takes. It's just that we got to find you the right source to take you where you want to be. Now, Dr. Green says, as long as there's effort made, it's impossible to get stuck. You may not move exactly where you have to, mean where you want, or as fast as you want, but there's still progress. There's still progression, and that's what matters. And that is awesome, because sometimes people just feel stuck and they don't know what to do. So taking those small steps will ultimately get you to where you need to be. Because you can always say you can walk a mile, anybody can walk a mile, but it just takes you to make that first step to make it happen. And if you're stuck in a rut on your butt, you need to first get up off your butt to get up out the rut, so you're not stuck. I think I said that right. Man, I should write nursery rhymes. I'm so good at this. What do y'all think? Let's see. I would join, but looking at young, watching The Color Purple. It's okay. All right, so we have about 8 minutes left. By all means, you can give me a call. Join me live right now. It's all right. Again, this is going to be the last one for about 3 weeks. I know I'm just getting momentum going, but I need time to focus and humble myself for a bit and get some backlogs taken care of. And I really do appreciate everybody that's here. That's been staying with me, especially on these Wednesdays. I know Wednesdays at the middle of the week. We got work tomorrow. Some people work remotely, and some do have to go in. Oh, and when you buy these mics, by the way, I actually put these in the show notes. You actually get like a lovely metal plate to go on the back. They give you some stickers and all this fun stuff. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna put this thing. Like what is this? I mean, I could stick it on something, but I don't know what I'm gonna stick it on. I might just have like a poster board and just put all the stickers, and if anybody has a sticker, I'll just put it up there, and it should be a fun activity. And I'll actually start putting in my mailing address inside the notes, so you can actually mail me anything. I think somebody actually was about to mail me some cake stuff, because I said I really like cake and some pastries. So let's see. I really did not get a chance to play my intro that you all liked from last time. And I think this was the one.
Even the best and the brightest this world has to offer have coaches and mentors. Build strong money-making behaviors by applying financial concepts and strategies with Anthony Weaver on the About That Wallet Show. It's time to get off the bench and get in the game. Now, here's your host, Anthony Weaver.
So with that one, I have to create the video for it. So all these things take time and just take energy. And, I really want to come to you all with everything that I have in mind. And I really want to start off season 3 really well. So that might be my new intro with the music in the background. I'm not sure if I could play them both at the same time. It'll be pretty cool. Not sure if you guys got a moment since nobody's calling in. Let's see if I can make this work. All right, so got that one going. Let's see if I can do this.
Even the best and the brightest this world has to offer have coaches and mentors. Build strong money-making behaviors by applying financial concepts and strategy.
Really? Okay, so my sound lowers when I play something. I might need to figure out something else. I might have to actually. I don't want to, but I really like this mixer. But I might have to actually get rid of the mixer. You know what, Carla? Thank you. Thank you for sharing with me that it does get lower. So I might have to actually start talking with my full voice. Um, because I don't normally talk with my full voice because it's like it's a lot on my vocal cords. And apparently I use my voice a lot, especially for the show. And if I can't talk, then it'll be a problem. But also, I got to start lining up some of these deals for public speaking, and I want to start doing some public talks so y'all can visit those. So again, I'm taking this time out to try to build out some processes to kind of help. I don't know how close I can get to this mic, Carla, but this is as close as I'm gonna get. But with the understanding that trying to start doing public speaking, I'm going to have to try to start relaxing my vocal cords and trying to get a little better at that. So running these live shows is, you know what, Dr. Green? Yes, it is a lot on my vocal cords to talk with my full voice. Anyway, I do plan on start doing some talks, and once I get some public speaking down and start getting these processes together, so I will be reaching out again once the emailing and everything like that is set up, so I can help you help me, and we can get some things going. So I look forward to seeing you all in person, hopefully maybe in the fall. So uh look out for the invite to kind of join me in the fall, and I hope you all are doing well. So as my outro music, since y'all can't hear me anyway, and I need to create an outro thing since I have an intro one. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I want to thank you all again. Y'all have a good night. I'm out. Peace. And yes, Deb, I know you're watching. Thank you, Dr. Green, for sharing. Dev, thank you for allowing me to be part of your drive going home or wherever you're going. Um, Hopefully you're having a fun time and drive safely. All right, y'all have a good one. Everybody, I'm out. Peace, 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 peace.